So I've decided to upgrade my field technician cooling technology. Up until now, I've always used this Ryobi fan. It's all right, as I guess the best I could say about it. I know what you're thinking. You're a DeWalt and a Milwaukee guy. Why would you have a Ryobi fan? Well, back in the day, before I was a road technician and battery operated tools weren't that good, I bought one of those blue Ryobi homeowner battery powered starter kits, with the saw and the sander and the drill. Those particular tools always did be fine, but at one point in time the drill started identifying as a horn, so I had to replace it. And that's what basically got me started on the DeWalt train. So let's crack this thing open and see what's inside. So I'm noticing just right out of the box, battery comes in the front here. It's got some type of potentiometer for the fan speed. And in the back here, I got these little hooks that pop out, I guess if you need to hang it onto something, which is kind of cool. So like I was saying, the old Ryobi, it did its thing. This one, battery obviously goes in the back there, and it's just a 2-speed fan. Low, off, and then high. The problem I always had with this one is low was too low, and high was what it was, but it ate the batteries pretty quick. I know opinions differ on these batteries, but from my experience, they just don't seem to hold up very well. At least not as good as, like, say, a Milwaukee battery or a DeWalt battery. They do claim on this one, however, 10 hours runtime. I believe that is on low with their biggest battery they sell, which is the 5 amp hour, I believe, for the power tool type stuff. And my experience, low doesn't really do anything unless you got the thing sitting in your fucking pants. So I never ran it on low. Usually on high, and it's probably a couple hours at a time while I'm working on something. So keep that in mind. The DeWalt, on the other hand, they're claiming 4.5 hours on a 5 amp hour battery on high, which, that kind of sounds about the same, give or take a little bit. So what I'm thinking we'll do is, I got my little benchtop power supply back here. We'll hook it up, 18 volts on both of them, because DeWalt is technically 18 volts. They do 20 for marketing reasons. And we'll see what kind of actual current they put out. And I got this little hobby grade anemometer, which basically measures wind speed. And yeah, we'll see what kind of wind we're getting out of these things, to see if I actually upgrade it or if I just bought something new and shiny to put in my van to make me feel better about myself. So let's get started with that. All right, so we got the benchtop power supply on, and let's click her on. Oh yeah, we got stuff to write stuff down on, so that way there it's scientific. So let's turn it on, see what we got. Alright, so that's the low speed. And at 18 volts, we're basically pulling 0.24 amps. Basically a quarter of an amp. Now let's see what kind of wind we got. Don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but oh yeah, this is straw, 8 inches long, just so that over there we got some consistent results going on here. So we're looking at about 4.8 miles per hour wind coming off of it at 8 inches. Let's kick it into high gear. High gear, I don't know if you can hear me that well, but we're looking at 0.56 amps. And we got about 0.5 Max out about 8.6 miles per hour. All right, let's switch over to the DeWalt. All right, DeWalt's hooked up the same way. Sorry about the harsh lighting here. It's just big on my bench, so not much I could do about that. So let's kick it on its lowest setting. Again, this one has got a variable speed. It's not just high and low like the Ryobi, so we're just going to test its lowest speed and its highest speed and compare it that way. That's just turning on. And we're pulling 0.15 amps. And let's see what kind of wind we got going off of it. I think we could call that 5.2 is the most I saw. Now let's kick it into high gear. Now 1.06 amps. And our wind speed. Call that 10.2, 10.5. Call it 10.5. So the math has been done. All the science shit has happened. Just a side note, I don't think that Ryobi makes a 5 amp hour battery. I think they make a 4 and a 6, and I believe that their 10-hour claim is based on a 6 amp hour battery, I should say. So yeah, low speed on the DeWalt, or the lowest setting on the DeWalt, you get 5.2 mile an hour winds, and that'll last you 33 hours according to the math. On the highest setting, you're getting 4, again on a 5 amp hour battery, you're getting 4.7 hours of runtime, which they claim 4.5. So yeah, that's kind of legit right there. Ryobi, you got, again, with the 5 amp hour battery that I don't think exists. On low, you're getting 20.8 hours, and you're getting 4.8 miles per hour wind. So it's a little bit lower than this, and you're not getting as much runtime. It seems like the DeWalt is a little bit less efficient on the high end and is more efficient on the low end. As far as the high speed goes on the Ryobi, 8.9 hours, and I think if I did the math on a 6 amp hour battery, that would go up to 10, which would justify their claim there. So I mean, it's one of those deals where I'm giving a little and I'm getting a little. You know, I'm picking up a little bit more efficiency on the low end, getting a little bit more wind speed, which adds to more cooling. And yeah, like I said, this is more efficient on one end of it. That's more efficient on the other end of it. And yeah, but I did get a new shiny thing. So, I mean, that makes me feel better about myself, right? So we jump to the future. I actually closed this video out in front of my workbench on hostage cam. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to edit this video tonight. And I've been using this thing for about a week now. And give you a good representation of it when I'm using it out in the field here. And yeah, I like it. I do. It works pretty good. On about a third, right about there, fan speed with the 1 amp hour batteries, I can get two hours out of it. One thing I didn't consider when I got this, that would be so cool, these little hooky guys, when they come out, you can actually hang these from the overhead guard on forklifts. So I could have this sitting up there above my head with this thing, you know, just sitting there blowing air on me, doing its best to keep me cool. And yeah, I mean, I've noticed too, like I said earlier in the video, with the Ryobi one, it needed to be on high and right on top of me for me to actually feel it. This thing I could kind of sit off to the side a little bit and get a nice little cool breeze, which feels nice while you're working in this heat. So Yeah, I'm glad I bought it. Not only is it a new shiny thing to make me feel like I deserve something, but it actually serves a good purpose. The old Ryobi one, I got a buddy of mine. He's got a bunch of Ryobi batteries. I'm going to give that to him, and this will become my main mode of cooling while I'm at work. So yeah, any questions as normal, drop them in the thing there. This thing I'll give you. Truck just went by. I am on my lunch break. This thing, I'll give you a link for an Amazon link in the description. It's an affiliate link. I get like a $1 or something off of it, but people ask for links all the time. So, if I'm going to get you a link, I might as well make $1 off of it. You know what I'm saying? Or you can just go to Home Depot and buy it. I think it's pretty much the same price. So, yeah, that's it as far as that goes. So, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.